infodemic is much more dangerous than the pandemic, because lots of messages are going on over WhatsApp, and there are lots of sharing of knowledges in the Facebook or various communities available in social network, and unknowingly or knowingly we are spreading some false information, and which has no scientific basis, and which is creating lot of confusion, and henceforth hindering the total concept of containment, and uh, helping us the virus to spread, and helping us to spread the fear against corona. Specifically, to realize something, we have to search about the source, whether the source is actually from a reputed journal or not, and to see whether this journal is reputed or not, we have to search for the impact factor of the journal. If it is a high impact factor journal like New England Journal of Medicine or Chest or Thorax, like Science, a lot of examples of these things, or is it from a source which carries the which screens the high impact journals and gives us idea like uptodate.com, then it is acceptable. Otherwise, we need to have a clarified mind to actually clarify the exact quality of the evidences they are giving. So for that you need to know a little bit of understanding about how we screen a good journal, or how we screen a paper in a journal. Actually a lot of bad or suspicious publications are also there in high impact factor journal. So for that we need to search the through the paper, and we need to screen out whether it is statistically significant, or its whole idea is based on something or not. Is it logical? We call it as critical appraisal. So if we are not able to appraise critically one journal, I am an infectious disease specialist. Say I try to get through a paper on cardiothoracic surgery, which is not my domain, or I want to get through a part of neurology that is not infectious disease related. So I don't have much knowledge in dissecting this knowledge. So for me, it is better to restrain comment or say something on that field. So I don't like to say anything on say epilepsy or a keyhole surgery like thing. So everyone has to restrain his knowledge to his domain. On contrary, I just want that medical practitioners or who have a scientific mindset, they just dissect the idea properly, and if they think that this can be said, they can say. But if they are confused, they should not say anything on that. So ultimately it will create confusion. No, actually any information you get in science has to be confirmed. So we call it as evidence-based medicine. So if say gargling 50 times a day helps to prevent corona, then you have to, if somebody is saying that, then he or she has to prove that through some people they have given this regime, and some people they have not given this regime, and observe for some period, and if they are equally exposed, see whether there is statistical difference in between that or not. If there is nothing difference, then there is no point in saying this kind of stray comments. If there is evidence, then it's okay, it's fine. Actually common people has to please rely on the source of what you are getting. Just don't forward it before reading. I have friends who are just not read that thing and forwarded. A lot of people are like that, and there are conclusions in every paper, and don't try to just say what the conclusion is. Just read the whole paper and see the methodology. If you are okay with the methodology, just critically analyze what the paper is messaging, and ultimately sometimes the writers are very sometimes they make conclusions like an excellent news. So it's not like that. Science is not news. Any trial, such as I am doing 4 trials, so any trial can be a positive trial, can be a negative trial. So in science, a positive trial and a negative trial both have same importance, because it is giving you evidence based information. So rely on evidence, don't rely on eminence. Common man must restrain their brain to go inside the medicines of corona, because if there is some specific medicine of corona, it will be given, and it has to be evidence based. Not somebody has told that I have used 16 doses of XYZ and it helped all. So it has no value. You have to be evidence based, and you have to cross check what link you are getting. You just take the link and Google it and see the where the source of that knowledge is. Is it going to a good journal? Is it referring to a lot of papers? Whether these papers are also from a good journal, then you can consider that this could be a good information. And again, it has to be cross-checked by an expert who is specialist on that field. So I am getting calls around 400 to 600 per day, and my personal life is hampered with these calls. Of them, 50 or 60 calls are on health issues, on really sick patients, or from my hospital. That is okay. But rest of the say 300 400 calls we are getting every day are from this kind of false information.